So chronologically, I'm not 1,000% sure that this episode is going up when it should. This may be the first time you've ever seen this deck, which will make this a really awkward episode. I actually kind of like this. I go first. I'll keep this. This is not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I'm gonna play this island second, though. I'll tell you that right now. I know I don't have white, but I'll get some. Don't worry. I have faith. I'm not sure if this is the first time you've seen this or not. It might be. In which case, there's another episode later on that'll explain all this craziness to you. I cannot naturalize that because it has indestructible, but I think that naturalize will be pretty useful against this opponent. Naturalize, an interesting card that I'm trying to play based on the fact that it is not seen hardly anywhere in the format, but became so much more useful because it now doubles as 2-mana creature removal for all the people trying to run those cards as well. You know, I might as well. Take 2 for a while, it seems like a problem. Except this guy can lay another mana and have the one guy come out that shits guys. That's not very good for me to have drawn right at this moment. If I had that in my hand earlier, that would have been an amazing card because I would have allowed the 2-1 to play. But now if he has the 3-4, we're in a bit of a pickle. A bit of a sticky wicket, some might say. That I don't care about. See, if he's just little dudes, I'm pretty happy. But if this gets out of hand, I don't know. But you have to pay attention, too, because that thing could save anything that's 3 in the ass from Anger of the Gods, which would be a big bummer as well. That's boring. We can't naturalize that. I do think that naturalize plays in the current format, which could just be wishful thinking on my part. I could be crazy. But it seems like the thing to do. In a lot of situations. It's just a surprise card. Nobody sees it coming. It makes me feel pretty good. Let that play because I'll just Anger the Gods when I can, which is this turn, because that leaves the Nullify open as well. This guy's only got 4 cards in hand, though. I can take 6. I'd be at 11. I mean, it wouldn't be dope, but it's something I can deal with, and then we'll deal with the repercussions of that decision later. I don't know, though. The second Nullify makes this a pretty tasty combination to just Anger the Gods right now. Exile all 3 of these assholes. He's got 4 cards in hand, but I Nullify the next one he plays. I'll go ahead and Anger the Gods. The second Nullify draw really changed the idea behind this quite a bit. I want to take a second, now that everybody's watching, I've trapped you in the episode, to thank Gus from the bottom of my heart for helping the channel out by donating to the Patreon. This episode is brought to you by him, which is awesome. That's really cool. I appreciate you guys checking out the Patreon. If you donate $1, you'll get your very own episode. You know, I'll say hi to you, whatever this is. Your very own episode dedicated to you, and this one is dedicated to Gus. Thank you so much for all the help, man. You know I really appreciate it, and it makes me feel all special inside like a newborn baby. Interesting. So now we're just sitting here. Like, we can force the issue because when he goes to equip stuff up, it puts it in reprisal range. But otherwise, we're just kind of chilling. I do have this Nullify, but now I feel a little insecure because I don't have a ton of stuff going on here. Thank you very much, Gus. You know, I really appreciate it when you guys help the channel out by donating and everything. See, we've jammed this guy up good and proper. You know what I mean? Like, we could have the other counter in here instead of the Naturalize. We could also have the other counter in here instead of this card right here, Tribute to Hunger. But since we've controlled the board so well up to this point, Tribute to Hunger plays. It's just that there are changes that I would make to this deck. But it's just working so well right now that it's hard to make those cuts. You know, I mean, we've jammed this guy up really well, and he might actually not be playing stuff because we've countered so much, and that's absolutely the wrong tack to take with this deck because obviously it is the stall pile. Every turn he gives me is a turn closer to him dying. Like, there's very few things that this guy's going to be able to do once this deck heats up, this deck that I'm playing. I also assume that this guy has a lot of cards that are not usable now that we've kind of blocked his early game so completely. I mean, we took, what, 6 cards out of the equation? That's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 cards out of the equation. He hasn't even been able to utilize them in any capacity except doing 3 damage to me. That's pretty good. So we're going to allow this to play. I'm actually going to wait for it to monstrous, I think, unless, how much does that cost? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 2 mana off the monstrous. I'll just cap this thing. That gets around those reprisals something fierce. So gaining 4 life here. Takes me back to 21. Makes me pretty happy. He wastes a turn. I don't have too much of an issue with that. And that is defense, right? I shouldn't have waited for the Dark Steel Axe, right? I don't believe so. I would have gained less life, though, in the long run. Let's go over. And I believe this is Creature's Toughness. Yes, it is. We'll put that on the field. We'll say go. We still have the Nullify, too, which is a thing. I was just kind of thinking, since that thing does have the Monstrous, that I could wait for it to go ape and then do it that way. I will go ahead and nullify that. That'll go into the yard. Every turn is just me drawing. Now, I have a lot of card draw in this pile. It's kind of distressing not to see it, but here we go with a Think Twice right here, which is nice because... Ooh, actually, we have used all of our nullifies, so we're going to have to try and draw into something else if he plays something that we don't want to deal with. I don't care about that. That can go ahead and hit. That just juices my reprisal, which I always enjoy. This guy's at 6 cards. Now, he had so many turns without playing anything. I wonder if he actually has something to do here. We are doubling our Think Twice. We're going to double down on this Think Twice play. So we're going to go ahead and cast that, and then we're going to immediately flash it back from Eliardo Montalban. There we go. Give me that sweet, sweet lovin' that you know I love. So lovely. Okay. We're working. We're going to get up to this Kozilek. He's got a couple of cards that would make me pretty sad with the Kozilek, so we might wait until we have Negate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 mana from now, but we have so much removal that I'm not too worried about it, especially the fact that he is just playing cards that absolutely play into this reprisal. I'll reprise stuff all day. I really want him to equip this thing up and then buff it. We're going to wait until he Warren Buffets it, and then we're going to reprise the deck off of it. Should be pretty enjoyable. Yep, that'll happen. Because I don't think I play anything next turn, be honest with you. I'll just wait for him to... Because he's going to tap down like his whole world next turn just to try and hit me. I have this Think Twice as well. See, but right now, because I want to draw the lands, I'm going to go ahead and Think Twice once. Because I need to find a land. I need to play land every turn. That kind of sucks. I'm going to just cast this one out of my hand. I don't really care that this guy knows I have it. I just have to keep mana open for reprisal. So I'm just going to keep looking for a land. That works for me. I will put that land into play, and then I will say go. So that second main, doubling the Think Twices, worked out pretty well. We are going to wait for this guy to pump this thing quite a bit. Maybe swings. That's great. Okay. Dark Steel Axe on top of him. Why not? An entire turn devoted to doing nothing. And now I'm just going to go ahead and reprise this guy. That goes into the yard. Pleasure doing business with you. I don't understand. Oh, it's indestructible, so I could point it at it, but that would just be a foolhardy thing. And now we'll flash this back one more time. This deck, I feel like I'm running a clinical, and I love it. I love every second spent with this deck. Inspiration's pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but this is the 11th. Now, I really should have seen what this got me first, because if it's a slow land, I'm going to be super pissed at myself. I don't know why I decided to make that mistake right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I can just play the Grizzlebrand next turn with the Negate open, so that's not bad. And then Grizzlebrand always can draw me a bunch of more cards. So one of the things I actually like doing here, and that I don't hate, is to shuffle my pile back in, because I've missed out on all my nullifies, except that I do have the Flesh to Dust, and I've got a Negate in hand. But if I'd used a bunch of stuff, I would consider using the Inspiration to pitch the Kozilek so that everything shuffled back in, and then I can draw the 7 cards twice and then find some removal or something that way to get this guy gone. But I need to be able to play either the Kozilek or the Grizzlebrand into an open field with protection, so I want to keep that Negate open. I realize that every turn that I wait is a turn that I give him an opportunity to get removal for this Grizzlebrand or the Kozilek. But that's just something that's kind of the thing that we have to do here. It's just part and parcel of the package that we're working on. I really beat the shit out of this. Obelisk of Alara also just wins me the match, which is pretty nice. We'll play this. We've got 8 cards, so I want to play something. We will play this Grizzlebrand. The negate's open. A lot of our cool stuff is open. See, he's going to try and kill it, which is fine. But we do get to draw 7 cards. I will negate it first. But I'd rather draw 7 cards on his turn so we don't have to immediately. I would rather untap so I can cast a ton of them. That's where I'm at right now when I'm playing this thing. So I'm really glad that he allowed us to go into his turn. Now, the negate is there to get us back into my untap step before I... Or at least into his main, his first main, his upkeep, so that when I draw all those cards, I won't have to discard them. I want to be untapped with, 14 cards in hand or something like that. And then really just punish the opponent with whatever's left in my deck. I wish I didn't have my recording thing going on, so I hope I catch that. Because I really beat the shit out of the table there. And I apologize for that if you guys had to hear that. Yeah, this guy is having some issues, obviously. There's going to be some problems from here on out for him. It's not going to be a smooth ride. It's not going to be an enjoyable one. I don't have any need to draw those cards just yet, especially since I've got Obelisk and things going on, which I believe I will just play the Obelisk because that's going to help me destroy this guy. I want to keep an open field. I know that's really stupid because I could Obelisk, give the +4, gain all that life and everything, but I really want to see what this guy's got cooking. We're going to go ahead and negate that, which is all part of the plan. And I know that'd be 11. I would have gained 11 life. It would have been a huge swing. There would have been a lot going on, but now I'll go ahead and play this. I just don't like being tapped down to this much mana when I have my 7/7 out. I know we could have gone in a couple different directions. Was that a misplay? Most likely, probably. It was a decision, though, so it was kind of the worst type of play. Now this is this thing that gets him back to 20 life, right? Which kind of makes this a useless thing to have thought about. But do I want to draw these cards right now or what? I will, because I have so much life it doesn't really matter. Okay, well, this is kind of lame. I am just going to go ahead and Tribute to Hunger this thing, but he gains that life back to 20, so it's kind of shitty. If I can just Tribute to Hunger it on my turn. No, because I'll probably want to use... Because now I'm not using Obelisk at all. So I'll just go ahead and use this Obelisk on that guy. Seems useful. I don't want to bounce that back. I can go ahead and think twice. See what else we have in the pile. Alright, so we got a lot of lands, which is always fun. It doesn't really matter what land I play. But I do like having the options, but I also like having just untapped lands at this point. Kozilek's not bad. He draws me 4, though. Sometimes you have to kank your own Kozilek with a Reprisal just to shuffle your pile back up. It's a whole thing. It's kind of janky, but it is something that every once in a while you're going to find yourself doing. We're going to go ahead and have him sack out this 4/4. I'm going to go to 25. I'm going to bash in with my 7/7. Now he has a board wipe too, which is a whole issue, which we need to be aware of. Now we're going to go ahead and pump this time, which was the right play last turn as well. But, what are you going to do? We can also Voyage's End our boys back home. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 mana open. The Naturalizes are going. I'm pretty much going to get rid of both Naturalizes and kind of all the mana. Maybe Kozilek. I haven't decided if we're going to get rid of Kozilek yet. I've got 20 cards, so... You know what, we might as well get rid of Kozilek and just to be safe. We'll just see what this guy has going on. We'll just shuffle up our pile. That way I can draw 7 a bunch of times. I can cancel or counter whatever I need to, because I can draw 7 cards all day. I can go through my entire pile, can't I? 35 divided by 7. That's That's a monkey right there on your back. And then you got 36. You got to figure out how it's 36 divided by 7. You're divided by 7 like 9 times there. It's just ridiculous. The math is too complex for a mortal man to even be able to do. So it's a whole issue. I mean, I can just bounce that, but let's see if we can counter it. We're at 29. Negate. Some kill spells. Oh, let's do one more. Okay. And there is our Nullify. So we're going to go ahead and cast Nullify on that. And that's going to go to the yard. We win this turn, so that seems pretty good. We've got another one of these. I'm going to go ahead and negate that. And that'll go to the yard as well. And then we're just going to smash in for 7 and take the win. So that seems okay. This deck is fun. I enjoy it a lot. I think it's pretty good. We only have 2 hammers. We have Kozilek and Grizzlebrand. I'm going to spoil that for you right now. Those are the cards, and then everything else is just getting them out on the field. That's why it's so paramount, so important to get them out there with protection, some kind of protection, bounce or something. But always remember that if you're playing either card is going to draw you at least some. Because if Grizzlebeats hits the ground running, then you draw 7 from him. So at that point, you can probably find your removal that way. You know what? I don't know. These are generally pretty long. Let me check the timing here. Okay, that match was boring. I lost it. So full disclosure, I lost it. But it was one of those things where like, there was not a whole lot that went on. It wasn't a mirror match, but that guy, he had stuff. He had tricks and stuff, but I was just kind of waiting for the direct burn to the face that's uncounterable. And I gained some life, but it wasn't enough because he land ramped. He had like 23 lands out, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to stop this direct burn. And then it happened, and I was like, that. It was just the whole match was just me being like, I'm going to lose the direct burn. And then I lost the direct burn, and I was like, this guy's pretty good, you guys. But I learned a valuable lesson that has been implemented, my friends. And I think it's going to do us some good. I think it's going to do us a lot of good, actually. So we're going to sit here. We've got some good stuff going on. This guy plays first. I'm not super happy about that, but I've got card draw out the wazoozle. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We're going to play Seaside Citadel, see what we can do. 1-1. Okay. Well, I'm glad I left the board wipe in, the 2 red board wipe in, because I thought I hemmed and hawed about taking that out. Because that is the kind of thing that you can go ahead and take out. Reprisal is actually pretty good against this guy, too, if he's just Exalted, if he's Bant Exalted or whatever. Is it Bant or Bont? And how would you tell me that in the comments? I guess you could use the little accent thingies, but that's a whole issue. I'm going to play one of these lands so that I can actually think twice on time, which is refreshing for me. I put an extra land in here, so I had to cut some of the stuff that I thought was a little bit more fun. But we'll see what happens. It's not too bad. We're at 18. This one's going to get in on us quite a bit. I don't want to Angelic Edict a 1-1, but I'm not saying I won't. So there might be some stuff that we have to do here. The bounce is what we lost, which I don't know if I like that. Because the bounce is pretty important. That is a big guy to have in my hand this early. He's a 1-of in this deck. I was hoping that this would not be the case. 2 damage again. Bant with Mentor of the Meek, not bad. It makes sense. Makes some sense there. It's dedicated removal, but that's really late. So we have 2 dedicated removal cards. That's kind of the problem, is that we don't have a lot of stuff that's going to sweep up little guys early game. And we should in black, and we haven't in red, but it's only 2 cards. So we really have to search for it. It just makes me a little worried. How often are you going to see Anger of the Gods on time when you need it? I don't know, you guys. I'm not sure. And it freaks me out, to be honest with you. I can reprise that thing eventually, which will be pretty cool. I played the slow land. I can't think twice now, but I might shy away from that call now, though. I just wanted to turn on my... I want to turn the dedicated removal on just so that I have it. Because I don't know what's going to happen here. If he plays another Exalted guy, then I get to reprise this 2-2, and it's not that big of an issue, but drawing with the Think Twice's and Inspirations would have been pretty nice here. But if he only has the 2 guys out, then the instant speed removal is going to be really good, and it's going to give me several outs. I'm at 10 life. This guy hasn't demonstrated any red, though, so there's not, a huge scary thing looming over us. He can buff all his guys at instant speed, which is a thing, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that this guy's going to do to us that we're going to be, terribly distressed over. That's good, but it does give him, he does have priority here, which is a shame, because I'm probably going to have to Flesh to Dust something. I'm not going to get to dissolve whatever he plays. Grizzle Beats has to hit the field in a very sad way there. He didn't draw any cards off this guy, though, so, the Flesh to Dust isn't terrible. You give it protection. Nope, it's just going to hit the yard. He's going to play something else. I'm going to have to Flesh to Dust that. See, he's dictating the pace of this match right now, which is distressing to say the least, because he's going to play something right here, yeah. It's going to give the 1/1 indestructible, but that's just, I don't give a shit about that at all. I could also just exile that. That takes a while to get started. Can I do both, or do I not have the white source? Yes, I can do both. Okay, so I can reprise and dissolve. So I will reprise this 5/5, which is going to be the thing that comes in against me, which is cool. Exalted, very conducive to this pile. I like... He should attack in with both. Yeah, but he didn't, because why would you, right? Why on earth would you do that? Doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, wait, it makes all the sense. Because at least you do 1 damage to me. Now you just have a dead turn, and you're giving me turns. He's just handing me turns. Now I have the dissolve, so he can try and play whatever he wants. Doesn't matter. Inspiration, me. We just arrived. We are here to party. This is where we are. This is where we will stay. So we've got a lot of stuff going on in our hand now. The Kozilek is a far, far way away. The scariest thing when you're playing the Kozilek is the Angelic Edict, because if they get rid of Kozilek, that's why you almost have to keep a dissolve or something open, just to kind of mitigate those losses here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this and go to 8. We can't get too excited, you guys. We can't get too excited. We just got to kind of sit. I'm going to Flesh to Dust this 2/2 now. Because now I'm dictating the pace. It's his end step. I have the Dissolve, the Negate, and the Tribute to Hunger all open. So we'll just sit here and I'll start drawing. And we'll just wait for this guy to exit the stage. And that'll be that. So I put the Dissolves in. The Dissolves were not in this deck originally. But I decided that they kind of belonged. And that they needed their day in court. Nullify can stay on the top. I like having counters. Counters are good. So now we just sit and we wait and we wait and we sit, and eventually we draw out and kill this guy. One of our outs is in the yard, but that's not as big of a problem as it used to be. I put some different cards in here that I think are going to be a lot of fun. Wow, dry dropping that guy. Nullify. I've just got so much removal, I barely care. He's going to play something else, and I'll just Tribute to Hunger it. I'm kind of waiting for somebody big so I can gain some more life back, because I'm at 8 right now, which is not scary considering what this guy's playing, but kind of a problem. Ooh, shit. 7. And he can just bust this Obelisk, but he doesn't look like the kind of character that would be doing that. Obelisk is hitting the field. I regret my decision already. We just have so much that we can do. And at 7, we can do the Angelic Edict and have the Obelisk open, as well as the Negate. It just depends on our mood. I don't know. This guy could destroy this, but he didn't, so we're fine. Plus I get to Tribute to Hunger that son of a bitch. That'll be awesome. Yeah, because then I can negate whatever he does. Okay. We're good. Tribute to Hunger, and then do 3 life to him with the Obelisk. I feel good about that call. I like how it's leaving everything open. Armored Ascension. You sure as shit can play that on there, bud. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna gain that life. Who's getting that life? Me. You let it go. I gotta let it go. Calm down, Josh. Calm down, bucko. Lifelink, yep. Stuff in the yard's going off. Tribute to hunger. Target your... Uh-oh. Oh, dear. You can't even protect that, young man. No protection allowed. No protecciono. Por favor. Where's this guy losing 3 life? There it is. There we go. And it has started. 17-19. That works for me. That'll work too. Draw a card, discard a card's cool because I can like throw Kozilek away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 though. I get the nullify stays open. Okay, everything stays open, so we're going to inspire myself so I can see if I draw a land. Because we need to get Kozilek out on the field. I did draw a land, so I feel like a big dick cool guy. Your turn. We have to play lands efficiently, so that's why we went ahead and just did that main phase. We still have 4-man open. We can counter. We can do whatever the hell we want. And we're going to get Kozilek out here eventually, and he is going to take 3 damage. 3 to the face. So this is what we couldn't do last time. He played, the only thing that the last guy that I lost to played was he had, the 6/6 that came out, Inferno Titan, which did 3 damage to me anyway. So I was like, oh, I'm pretty boned right now. Because the gain in 3 life in that situation was not the best. So that guy was pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't exceptionally exciting, and I lost it. Bummed me out. So we could draw a card here, but I'm just going to continue to do damage to this guy's face. There's not too much that I want to draw except for Treasured Find, which is one of the cards that I put in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10. We'll wait a couple turns. Why not? We've got the negate open. There's not a whole lot that he could do except reprisal, and we get to draw 4 cards anyway. But we're doing 3 damage to him. Kozilek out there, I mean, he's going to die anyway, so that doesn't really make any difference at all. I'll go ahead and nullify that. You can set that in the yard for me, if you please. Oh, look at this guy go. I can neg-2 that, though, even if it had sat on something. See, if we'd played Kozilek, we wouldn't be able to neg-2 it. We would have had... Dude, what is happening here? I feel like you are missing some things that can happen. I also could have just negated that and done 3 damage to him, but fuck it. Because he could also have the board wipe that I would really like to negate. The negate's really here to protect Kozilek when he hits the field, even though Kozilek is going to draw us some new stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11. I already have 1 land in hand, so I don't really care. We'll just keep going. I would get rid of an Angelic Edict if I ever decided to draw a card, by the way. That's 2/2 with Exalted. I'm going to do 3 damage to you. This next turn, I'm pretty sure I just play Kozilek, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, I do. Kozilek's going to hit the field. Where's this at? There it is. Boom. That guy. Yep. Oh, Obelisk, you make me so happy. 8. My turn. Land. Kozilek. Butcher and Truth. Drawing cards. Your turn. We'll get rid of a Crumbling Necropolis. We'll get rid of a mountain. Yeah, fuck it. Who cares? I like Crumbling Necropolis. Generally, you're going to get rid of these because they come in tapped, and I have a lot of triggers and things that I need to be able to do. That's happening. I'm going to go ahead and negate it, and we'll see what happens here. I only got 2 cards in hand, so he might have something else for my mighty 12/12. You never know. It's a bummer. Like, he could Angelic Edict this, and that would suck, but we'll see what happens. It appears that he doesn't have anything else to do, because he doesn't seem to be super psyched about what just happened there. Yeah, and he did not enjoy it. He did not enjoy the arrest play. This is not a pile that I think wins often. I hate this thing. I think that's really crappy. But, I mean, basically the problem that I have with this pile is that it's enchantments. You're putting all your eggs in one basket, you see. So we've got enchantments and we've got Exalted. And the issue with that is that, for me, personally, obviously I was able to just clock him over and over again with, very specific targeted removal. And he didn't have a second plan. Now, if you have the buff to all creatures thing in here, the instant speed buff to all creatures in here, then by all means, that's what you're doing. All day, every day. I attack him, but hold on, I gotta do something real quick here. Gotta go ahead and just kill that guy. Ooh. And then I just go right across and smash this guy's face. That's not a good deck in my matchup. I don't think it's a very good deck in the format. No offense to that guy. If you're watching, I apologize. It's just some tweaks that I would make is that I would have some contingency plans so that you can mob an opponent. That's the thing with Exalted, is that you have to keep in mind that sometimes you need to turn everybody sideways. So, I don't know. I don't know if I would run a deck like that. I'll do something with Exalted, but it's going to be Bant anyway, because that's fun as shit. Might have some artifact influences in there as well. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thanks again, Gus. I appreciate it, man. I'm giving you a digital hug, like I'm touching the monitor in a hug-like manner. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys coming back tomorrow, because I know you will. You damn well better. I'll see you in class bright and early tomorrow. We'll keep running this clinical where I run this deck and just win matches. We're going to make it a little bit better every time. I think the Treasured Finds are a good ad. I think the Scrying Denial is a good ad. I think we're working towards something really special with this deck. I think it's going to be a format changer, to be honest with you. If enough people play it, you're going to see a lot more of the uncounterable burn. You're going to see a lot, which should be being played a lot more than it is anyway. But, I mean, if enough of you guys bring this thing to bear, I think we can really clean up the format and just nuke a bunch of people. It's a special kind of deck, though, because it takes a while to get going. And some would say it's boring. I'm excited to see what you guys think, but it's a real hell of a deck. So thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.